For you people that stayed after the spoilers, you're badass. We're about to spoil the shit out of this movie and tell you why we're like, what the fuck, and you didn't give it a full rating. What the fuck with the sword?
Sword!
Why?
All the time they're just punching each other, just punching.
Didn't make any damn sense.
Could have had so much more.
Yeah.
By far the best
Okay,
weapon.
so they mind meld, but yet he doesn't know about the sword.
We're sharing memories, but he doesn't know about the freaking sword. We're gonna wait for space till we're dying. It's way worse than that too, because in the scene they make it seem like they don't even know about it. The guy's just like, oh, we're so screwed. We have no other option. Like totally freaking out. And she's like, wait, I see a flashing icon. It looks like a sword. Yay! And so it's like badassness.
That's why we're upset because of how effective it was, right?
I'm saying it was instant win. It's just.
So at the end of the film, they're like one-shotting fucking kaijus with the sword, and they could have been doing that shit from the beginning so that all those pilots didn't fucking die. You know,
they were averaging like one pilot for one gaijin over and over and over again, when it could have been like, everyone's get a sword, everyone gets a sword, and might as well make them like plasma swords and shit. Like, plasma swords, Give them lightsabers, let's do this thing.
Fucking chainsaw, Warhammer 40k.
Right? Do something, man. They could have done so much more.
What else bothered you? Pick out one thing that was stupid.
The fight scene when they're in Hong Kong and it's the what's the main character's robot called again?
Gypsy Danger?
Yeah, Gypsy Danger's fighting the last like gaijin or whatever, and he deflects the punch. He's punching through a building. It's and it's like slowly comes to a stop and just taps a desk that's got one of those, you know, the little balls hanging on a string, and it starts going. Ding, ding,
that was a little
really. Give me a fucking.
We're gonna stop the fight scene just for that.
Honestly, like what I was expecting when it was coming, I thought it was gonna come and like a guy's hiding out.
A guy hiding.
That seemed.
That would have been okay with that, but the.
That seemed like it was from a different movie, a different movie where they took themselves less seriously, and made it more silly. Which I'm kind of interested to see what that version of Pacific Rim would have looked like. But so there was that one, and what else? Can you think of any?
You briefly mentioned it, non-spoilerly, but now that we're talking about spoilers, I want to get you guys' take on the Marshall and Miko's Miko, their relationship, because like, you know, they keep it hidden for most of it, and this is big reveal.
Yeah, you don't know if he's like a father or something. Or
like, why is he holding this girl back? Why is he being such an asshole about everything? And then you find out,
but it's like
find out what did we find out? What was in this flashback?
Well,
how did the flashback come about, by the way?
Oh well, I mean, of course, you got the first time they merge, there has to be some sort of fuck up to like live up to expectations.
Yeah, you got like the veteran drift with the rookie, and they're mind melding for the first time.
So they freak out, and she's chasing the rabbit, they call it, and she brings her this memory of her major trauma, where she was in I guess where was somewhere in China where it was like the second landing of it.
Yeah, so it was.
And
sure where it was.
But it was essentially it was just fucking everything up. And she was like, this little girl's left by herself. She's carrying a red shoe for some reason.
It was
she doesn't put it back on
ever.
And she's like
the
running
most
away from it.
over the top crying you've ever seen to get the audience to really fucking feel sorry for this one girl in the middle of Japan. Everybody else is dead. It's just one fucking girl.
That's what you didn't like.
I didn't like that. It was so over the top.
The monster's like, oh, that one girl. I gotta eat her, man.
And one fucking.
He enjoyed it.
I'm telling you, it adds to that anime feel.
I can see it in comic book panels now. It makes sense in that.
With the whole, like, everything's gray.
That's what you're also saying, too. You kind of equate it to, like, you know, playing, like, trying to burn an ant with a magnifying glass.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I could totally understand the monster's motivation.
Get that
like
little
magnifying glass on an ant.
That little girl.
So, essentially, the Marshal is in a Mark 1 first revision robot, and he takes down that monster.
Saving her.
But it's so ridiculous to reveal because like the robot comes down.
That one probably like a 2. That was very early.
Yeah, it was really early. So the robot goes, and then the little top hatch opens up, and he comes up, and he's like,
with that
he's backlit by the sun. Hero.
See, I thought it was stupid. I didn't think that it connected, but
it was over the top. But I liked it.
That's for me. Like I like that whole entire scene because it really kind of gave you that connection, kind of filled in the blanks and everything, except for that one point with the sun shining behind him. It was all like, yes, I win.
Reminiscing of Dragon Ball Z. That style where there's just like a character.
See, and that fits right in line.
That's why I like all the other characters.
I think you get it because I think that Del Toro did take a lot of inspiration from Japanese culture.
Oh, for sure.
And so he did intentionally put some of that stuff in, like Brother was
obviously,
saying,
you understand what's going on.
I think so. Well, no. have to go and fuck it up.
They
have to go and fuck it up. You can't say that this is comic book shit, and you can't say that this would make sense in manga, where they try to explain that the kaiju came to Earth before and they killed all the dinosaurs.
No, they sent scouts, and the scouts wiped out the dinosaurs. That's how the
dinosaurs died, guys. It wasn't an asteroid. It wasn't, like... It wasn't
climate change. The Earth wasn't good enough.
Kaijus came over, killed them all, and then went back home.
Well, but along those lines, then it's like... but the reason they left was because the Earth wasn't ready. It was too oxygen rich.
And then they go with this political bullshit where they say, but now they're coming back because we're terraforming the planet for them with our pollution.
Oh no, save
fuck
the environment.
Oil, fuck them!
Speaking of which, how does a highly intelligent intergalactic species or whatever not just be able to terraform it themselves? Like, why do they come down like,
we can
kill all the dinosaurs? Wait,
monsters, but they can't fucking terraform?
We can. So wait, that was their plan the whole time, Dustin. They killed the dinosaurs so the oil would go under there, and then later on humans would go and dig for the oil and then put shit into the air.
Because that's way more efficient to wait.
Maybe the dinosaurs.
Millions of years for that.
That was so stupid.
Were Kajis, but like 0.1.
Oh, like earlier versions of
the
They went back in time to kill themselves, Berto?
Well, it was a misinterpretation from the scientists.
Okay, maybe. So they had to go and throw that in there.
The third major in-your-face political move is, so they've got these robots that are kicking ass. Granted, they're having a trouble time. They're losing some robots. So they're like, we have a great idea. We're going to replace the robots with a giant concrete wall.
Yeah, fuck the robots that actually kill the kaiju. Let's just build a wall so they can hammer on the wall till
like
indefinitely.
You can charge people to come stand on the wall.
It was so fucking stupid. It was basically, let's build a wall, keep them illegal aliens out of America.
Yeah, but I got my shotgun. It was pretty bad.
I will say that the beginning fucking, they put the credits in like 20 minutes into the movie. They said Pacific Rim. Whole fucking sequence before the titles was fucking amazing.
Oh, I'm actually really glad you brought that up, because that was actually, I thought something was really unique, because going into a movie, you normally think that there would be like a storyline building up to the action.
Right.
No, they start off with total destruction.
Yeah, they go right into the action.
I did not anticipate that whatsoever.
I thought that was fucking amazing, and that reminded me of Robot Jocks, sort of, where they had started off, at Robot Jocks they started off at the end of a battle, but this one showed the whole battle. It showed, Charlie's brother getting ripped out and killed by a kaiju, and it, traumatizing him, and then he went on this soul-searching bullshit where he was building the wall, being a little mopey little bitch. I fucking lost my brother in the war, I'll never fight again, and stuff like that.
How did he escape the military? How did they not find him? They obviously recovered his mech. They obviously recovered his
beacon was off. Remember during the battle, it was whoop. Oh, now I can't find him no more.
But then they found him. The general comes. You're like, you want to work on this wall, or you want to die in a Jaeger? And he's like, all right, I want to die in a Jaeger. So he comes back after 5
It's like they didn't even search for him.
Yeah, it's
so those were the major stupid points. Were there any other stupid things in the movie? The whole fact that they send the scientist to go meet up with Hannibal Chow, unguarded, just by himself. Go, our most important scientist, go find a black market.
The only two who can figure it out and save us all.
You got enough spare people to guard the inside and outside of an interior fucking airlock inside the Scatterdome, but you couldn't send 2 of those guys with the scientist to protect him from this black market gangster dude who's gonna cut his nose off on no provocation.
Yay.
So we had a lot of bitches in the spoilers section. Anybody else want to talk about something and bring something up?
Well, there's a lot of good spoilers too.
Well, like what?
Well, I mean, like the self-sacrifice of the marshal.
Yeah. So one good thing in the movie, yes, that ties into that is you felt tension because they kept going level 3, level 4, level 5 kaijus, and a level 3 is about on the same level of one robot. And it seemed as if the kaijus almost always outnumbered the Jaegers, and so like, oh shit, the odds are this, and you want that. You want the Australian mech to go and help. They're like, oh, they're fucking dying out there, and I'm supposed to stay here at the coast to protect the city. It's like, fuck that, I'm going over there to help them. That shit was cool. I liked that stuff, that they did that. And the whole movie was like that. Even during the final boss battle sequence, it was literally everybody was sacrificing themselves. It's like, no, I will kill myself. No, I will kill myself. And it's like, no, you go, boop, boop, boop. I'm going to kill myself. So that was kind of cool that they really came down to the wire, you know, there at the end. It wasn't like OP. Yeah, except for the hokey ending where everybody's like, yeah! And even the dog's like, we won!
Dog has no idea what's going on with barking.
I was disappointed we didn't get to see more action sequence with the Russians and the Chinese.
They
killed those
guys.
They killed them all. They talk about how badass they are.
One fight scene.
And they don't even,
they get killed like
that. They build it up. They show the characters that pilot those robots actually go and like stare at them and explain them and tell them what kind of robot they are and what generation they are. Only to just be like, Dad, fuck
I
you,
think that was sort of the point of it, you know, that it's like, because the scientist mind melds, that's the other stupid thing we want to talk about. So when you say it out loud, it sounds ridiculous. The scientist mind melds with a half a brain, drifts.
Yes, the actual term.
Mind melds drifts. They drift and neural handshake. Neural handshake with the fucking kaiju brain, and so it's a two-way street, so now the kaiju know all the tactics of the humans, but yet the humans know that they're actually a military force creating clones to go, and those are Jaegers of their own that they're sending over to wipe us out. So we thought that was over the top and sort of ridiculous, but that kind of do you want to drift? Let's drift right now. You ready? Ready to do this?
Let's just. Oh yeah, here we go.
Ready? No, in sequence. Ready? Everybody's like. That's drifting. That's like, and it made no sense. They showed a screenshot of one pilot has the right brain hemisphere, the other pilot has the left brain. So like one of the robot's hands doing a painting while the other one's firing.
Oh, it's doing math.
That doesn't make any damn sense. Like, does one pilot control like just these arms and the robots? Like, I didn't like the two pilot mechanic. These guys did. I thought it would have been way more cool and there would be more identity behind every pilot. If Mako had her own pilot and she's fucking just destroying and they're fighting back to back and he has to save her Jaeger and she saves his Jaeger and all that shit instead of being in the same goddamn Jaeger. It lessened their personal glory. It lessened the contributions that they were giving to the movie.
You know what I just realized too? I'm gonna nerd up a little bit too. Right, so his fucking left arm gets torn off, right? So he said it's all messed up, and he's like, "I want to take the right side." Well, I mean, if like the left pilot is left brain and the right pilot is right brain, wouldn't it actually be his right arm that's fucked up? Because your left hemisphere controls your right side. It would have been totally opposite. It would have been opposite.
Yeah, your left brain would have been. He's like, I need.
You're assuming that the left pilot on the physical left side was the left brain
pilot.
That's
what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You're assuming. But the fact is, if he's on physically on the
way
left
they
side,
build it up,
he'd be the right brain.
The way they build it up, though, because when they show the screen, like why the one pilot solo doesn't work, they show the screen of the pilot on the left and the pilot on the right, and they had a left brain, right brain.
So they did fuck up with that display.
So we have thoroughly destroyed all logic in the movie, which it probably was never meant to hold up to logic.
I just thought of it.
There's some movies that actually can hold up to logic in this type of ridiculous way. I wish more effort would have went into that. But so we destroyed it. But let's talk just a little bit about positive before we leave here. It's basically, I wish that there was more. And when I saw the film and the way it wraps up, it doesn't do a cheap ass cliffhanger ending. It doesn't do that. It's a complete story from finish to end, or from start to finish, and finish to end. And that I really enjoyed. I really respected. And on second viewing, there is potential to do more Pacific Rim, because at one point Ida, who is a fucking badass in this movie, you know, he's not letting Mako get in, and Charlie's like, what the fuck, you know, why are you not letting her get in? You know, don't walk away from me. I'm talking to you. He grabs his general. His general's. 1, don't ever touch me again. 2, don't ever touch me again. And 3, you know, he was just such a.
You don't even know me, and walks out.
Marshall, can we just talk about this for 1 second? You rescued her. You raised her. You're not protecting her now. You are holding her back.
1, don't you ever touch me again. 2, don't you ever touch me again.
He was such a commanding presence. But he says, like, you don't know me, you don't know where I come from, you don't know what I've been through, you don't know what I fought, and I'm not about to explain myself to you, because he's his commanding officer.
Now, you have no idea who the hell I am or where I've come from, and I'm not about to tell you my whole life story. All I need to be to you and everybody on this dome is a fixed point. The last man standing.
But a light went off in my head. I was like, there you go, prequel material. You could do all the stuff that Ida, because he was the best actor in the movie anyway, you can do a spin-off of Ida's adventures in his fucking Jaeger against all sorts of different fucking kaiju in Japan that he fought off. Because his mech has these big-ass cannons that remind me of like Robotech or Gundam that would come down, but he never got to use them. They were just up there and they fought off screen, you know. So I would love to see Ida in the lead role, not Charlie and Mako or anything like that, but see what happened when these invasions were first started.
And that's a great point. Unfortunately, I really don't foresee any sort of prequel or sequel or anything like that. But they would be idiots not to create a whole line of graphic novels, cartoon. Like they could do anything, and I would watch that shit.
Yeah. I want more gigantic robots. I want more shit like that.
I want to know more what's going on. There's like 12 or 18 years that they could use.
I was actually kind of curious about that. Your take on that specifically. Like there was a point where they briefly kind of explained the kaiju and like the origins. You expressed
and I was like, I don't want to know about kaiju because they ruined it for me. I kind of want to keep them mysterious, but no, they tell you they're a militaristic force and they're clones and stuff, and that was just the way I was thinking about it. Oh, okay. I didn't want to know more. I know you were like, no, I want a whole movie.
I want to know everything.
It was like when I first started playing the Halo series and everything. Like I wanted a Covenant-specific game. You wanted
a whole movie of kaijus.
Yeah, exactly. I thought that was fascinating.
They would fight each other. It'd be like the Zerg, fucking the original Zerg versus the new Spawn Zerg. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so that's spoilers discussion. If anybody has any other spoilers they want to add. That was Pacific Rim for all of our bitching in the spoilers section. We really enjoyed it. We wanted to see more, and we're really happy that Guillermo del Toro brought this to us and took a risk on it. Yes. And I thought it was great. You guys should go out and see it.
And whatever you do, stay after the credits.
Yes!
Beginning of the credits.
Yeah. Stay after the credits.
Just like a Marvel movie.
We're not even going to spoil that for you.
No. But just stay.
You have like a sweet graphic like credit in the
credit.
It starts up before like the regular
Actually, those credits reminded me of a really awful movie's credits. Skyline. Has anybody seen Skyline?
Skyline was terrible. But if you're at the D-Box experience, those graphical credits, it keeps moving.
Yeah, it keeps moving.
It's a little fun. Stick around for that. The movement and the little tidbit.
All right, everybody D-Box it at the end. Okay. I'll see you guys on the next. And you guys.